Black Bob better. It's actually Black Bob's best better. Black Bob's best better. It ain't bad, it's from the same place as the garlic beer. Alright fellas, now I don't know how much of a video we're going to make of this, but I thought, you know what, we'll take the infusion mash tun today and we'll get a passivated. So we're going to clean it with some PBW and then we're going to passivate it for, I think it's 20 minutes. You leave it. Star San basically does the job, and Ss Brew Tech recommend you do this once a year, so that's what we'll do, and that's what we're doing today. So like you've seen in the previous video that's gone up, I'm looking forward to this week, because at the end of this week we'll have started the build on the new brewery. So if you missed the last video, we're basically going to be taking the boil pot and the HLT. I have two of these, and at the back we're going to be putting some holes in them, which I'm not really looking forward to that part, and then Harry's going to weld the rest up, thank God. So in the back of there we're going to be having two, yes, I've made my mind up now, from what comments were left on the last video. Everyone was saying two elements. So we're going to be having two tri-clamp setups for the boil pot and one for the HLT, and I'm going to be running two 3 kilowatt elements in the boil pot and one 3 kilowatt element in the HLT, so there'll be like 6 kilowatt in the boil pot, and I think I'm using at the minute 4. I think the washing machine elements that I've got in the boil pot are 1.9 kilowatt a piece, I think. So we're going to have plenty of juice to get a boil going. But what I haven't had in the past is the correct Rex C100s. These are what I've got now, and you can't manually set on these how much input is going to them elements. So it's all or nothing basically. So on the new control panel we will make sure that we can set a percentage of power that's running to the elements, so we're not just full power over boilio. We can set it to like 70% power or something like that. I ain't going to do the cleaning and the passivating yet of the HLT and the boil pot, because we need to do work on them. But the mash tun is finished. It comes complete. There's nothing I need to do to it. I don't need to drill any more holes in it or anything like that. It's finished, ready to rock and roll, which is fantastic to just have a mash tun arrive and it's ready to roll. So we're just going to give it a clean, basically with the PBW. I'm going to give this the same treatment. This is the false bottom, and we'll have a little bit of a closer look at it as well as we go, because I think the only video I've got of this is the live unboxing. Right fellas, I've given it a bit of a rinse because there was a bit of dust and packing peanutty crumbly bits in there, so I've just rinsed them out. The tap is shut, and in here I have the first of the PBW. Which is going in. Tra-la! It's good to finally get something in it, even if it's just cleaner, but this is the first time it's had anything in it, and I'm pretty excited about that. Isn't it funny how things like that just get you friggin' wrapped up. This is definitely I don't know, I think this is going to tide me over till we start working on them, just to get them clean. So I'm just gonna without the not using this side, I'm gonna just use the sponge just to give it a quick wash. Now when was looking at upgrading the brewery, and I was looking at the different pots from Blickman and Spike Brewing and Anvil and all that. Well, of course, Spike Brewing and Anvil, we just can't get them in the UK at the minute. And I must say, when I contacted Spike to see if they'd sponsor the build, i.e. send everything for a review, you just have to chance your luck. It's no harm in asking, and they either say yeah or they say no on your bike. And if they say no on your bike, then that's it, no problem, no harm, no foul, right? But when I contacted Spike, I was very impressed with the response I got back from them, and to be fair to them, you know, it was obvious they didn't want to do what I wanted. They didn't want to just send it for nothing, which is obviously fair enough, but they were trying to help me out. They said they'd cover the postage from shipping from America, etc, etc, which you can't fault. You can't fault them, at least getting back to you. I wasn't really expecting any response, but it seemed like a good bunch of guys. So it was back to the SS Brew Tech, and I think the thing that sold it really was the costing and the mash tun. So this is the 10-gallon infusion mash tun, and they do a 20-gallon. And the beauty of it is that it's sold as a mash tun. So if you're going down the Blickman route, it's just the same pot for the HLT, mash tun, boil pot, and then you have to convert them to what you want. This being sold as a mash tun, all that's been done for you. All I'm doing now is just getting rid of anything that was sort of lurking in there from storage and packaging and shipping, and me opening it and it being in here, manufacturing. Just trying to wash all that gunk out, ready for passivation. I think that'll do, in all fairness. Doesn't look that the tap's leaking, which is good. Let's get rid of this. Oh, baby. Did a very silly thing. I hadn't done the false bottom. Ah, you big dumb girl. Oh, it's a good job I remember. Centre draining. That's it, we're all clean. We're all clean. Now all we need to do is passivate the stainless, which we'll do at the end. I'm going to be doing it with Star Sam, like I've said. Let's have a bit of a closer look at her, because I think I missed the close-up parts on the live unboxing. Because it's difficult because the phone's just in one place, and then I'll run through like what sold it for me. So let's start off with the false bottom. Before ordering, I was kind of hoping that this wasn't going to be as flimsy as I thought it was going to be. I don't know why I got in my head that it was going to flex a little bit. After unpackaging it and getting hold of it and having a good old feel for myself, it's solid. Yeah, it's got some flex in it if you really go for it, but it's not wappy. It feels substantial, which I'm pleased about. The silicone lip that runs round the false bottom has like a step in it. Let's see if I can get it to focus. It has this like blade that runs round the actual silicone, and I noticed straight away when I put it in why it is how it is, because when it goes into the mash tun, Firstly, it fits like a bloody champ, but the edge of the silicon that runs around the false bottom, this blade lips up onto the edges of the mash tun. You see that? The lighting's not brilliant, but you can see it lips up and pushes against the side of this, so it's creating a really good seal in there. The other thing that I liked with this mash tun is that it's centre draining. It's got a 5-degree slope on the bottom of the mash tun, so everything's running down to the centre, and the pickup tube is underneath the mash tun. The tube that's coming out of the mash tun, that's under the bottom of the mash tun. Obviously, it goes up, it goes in and up into the middle. So there's no losses. Everything gets drained out, as opposed to using what I have been using, which is a pickup that comes into the mash tun and down. So you're relying on your pump sucking the wort back up into the mash tun and out to your tap, as opposed to this mash tun, which it's draining completely out as the pump is drawing it out, which is fantastic. It comes with the 1/2-inch 3-piece ball valve, and all you have to do when you're setting it up is just PTFE tape the thread that's sticking out the mash tun, and away you go. It also comes with the thermowell, which is the only part of the mash tun, this part here, that's not insulated, because the outer skin and the inner skin are pinched together, so you can fix this without worrying about sealing against the insulation. They've started shipping them now with the recirculation port, which is a big headache that I ain't got to have anymore. Because what I was thinking is that I was going to have to drill for the recirculation port 2 skins of stainless steel and remove the insulation to get the port through. It's already drilled out for you, and it comes with the port. I think originally they just did this for the 20-gallon mash tun, and they've started doing it for the 10 as well, which is absolutely fantastic. It saved me a big headache. So like I said, it comes ready to roll. Once you've put the tap on it, installed the thermowell, and then screwed on the bulkhead fitting for the recirc, it's done. Fantastic, no messing about, no holes to be drilled. It's a complete mash tun. So with them 3 points covered, or 4 points covered, filling me with confidence that it's going to be a reliable mash tun. The fact as well, like I said, it's insulated, which is an added bonus. We are going to be running a Herms in the HLT, just like we are doing at the minute on this HLT. The mash tun that I'm using at the minute, you've all seen it, it's the same, it's just a keg like the HLT and the boil pot. It's uninsulated. I do pretty well without it being insulated by running the mash through the Herms system, which is in the HLT, but having this mash tun which is insulated is going to help me out again, so I won't have to worry too much about temp dropping, or I won't have to juggle it as much, I'm hoping, to maintain the temperature. But as well as the body being insulated, and of course the bottom that's insulated, the lid is also insulated, and it comes with a silicone seal, so once it goes on there, there's no steam coming out. It's completely sealed now, insulated, and I think that's fantastic. I think Blickman have been missing a trick without selling their own mash tun, because that as a unit to be able to just buy is fantastic. I ain't got to worry about that. I've only got 2 more pots now to worry about. That's done. And build quality, again, very impressed. Everything's as it should be. It looks fantastic. There's no dings on it, there's no scratches. It feels substantial, I mean, I know this is insulated, but it feels nice and weighty. This is a lid off the one of the either HLT or the boil pot. It's not insulated. Again, it feels weighty, it feels sturdy, it doesn't feel like it's going to drop to bits in 6 months. So I'm very pleased with the Ss Brew Tech equipment. It does have the markings etched into the side, and it doesn't come with a sight glass, which the 20-gallon mash tun does. That does come with a sight glass, but I haven't ever had a sight glass on the mash tun. I know it's better to have one, but I'm used to mashing and running off into the boil pot while sparging without a sight glass. That's all I've known, so it should be just a transition on that part. And I don't think, because I know some people were saying, leaving comments on the live brew day saying we're going to need a bigger boat. It's going to be big enough for me, I'm damn sure. When we did the citrus mash, I had like 5 kg of malt, and that was one of the biggest grain bills I've done in a long time. And this would handle that no problem. It would probably handle double that without an issue. And if I really want to do something that's big, then I can either mash twice or use the other mash tun as well as, or just max this one out. I'm sure it'll be fine. So now we just need to passivate. Right, passivation. I'll send a quick start guide with everything. Passivation. It's good practice to periodically passivate all stainless steel equipment with an acid-based solution to establish a uniform passive oxide layer that will maximise corrosion resistance. I knew that. Following the pre-clean step, fill the vessel with star san at a concentration of 1 ounce per gallon. 1 ounce per gallon! Thank God it's only once a year. Bloody ridiculous. 1 ounce per gallon. 1 ounce per gallon. Don't worry, we're going to be saving it. 1 ounce per gallon. One ounce per gallon. 1 ounce per gallon. 1 ounce per gallon. Passivation has started. Tra-la. And I don't want to teach you how to suck eggs, but I'm going to say it anyway, because I'll get somebody asking me, do I do this? And I'll have to answer it. If it seems like I'm telling you something you already know, just ignore it. When passivating stainless steel, it's good practice to get the hose pipe and give the electrical sockets a good dousing, and the wall if you can. If you can't, don't worry about the wall. Just make sure you get it all over the electrical sockets, because without that you can't passivate the stainless as well. God damn it. I also forgot to put this in. Oh, this will be fun. And that, fellas, is that. So I'm going to let that sit for half an hour, and then I'll collect the star san, and then we can use that when we passivate the others, or even when we're doing something in here that needs star san, because I save it. I don't throw it away, I save it for a short time. Well, that's it, fellas. Mash tun now clean, passivating. If you've got any questions about it or anything you want me to take a closer look at, then let me know and I'll do an update video on it. I'll definitely do that, because like I said on the live unboxing, there were not many videos out there that were giving me what I wanted to know before buying. They were sort of just opening them and saying, yeah, that's it, and that was it, sort of thing. And I was looking for like in-depth, this is this, this is that, that does this, this is this, and whatnot, and I wasn't getting it, so I probably haven't covered it properly in this video. So if there's something that you want me to go over again, or I've missed something, let me know and leave it in the comments below. But mash tun now is ready. I've decided as well, at some point when the pennies allow, that on this side over here, where the recirc goes in, at some point I'm going to have a rig that comes off of here, like tri-clamp. So off of here, down onto a sight glass, and then I'll have my recirculation hose going into the bottom of the sight glass. So I'll be able to see all fancy like what the recirc's looking like without taking the lid off. At some point that's going to happen. I want that to happen. But that's it, fellas, for this video. Yeah, Friday we'll be cutting into the HLT in the boil pot and getting element ports fitted tri-clamp style. It's costly. It's costing £130 for the stainless, and that's with Harry's discount on that as well, because Harry's ordered some stuff with them, and I think he gets 20% discount. So for everything stainless steel wise that we needed to fit 3 elements, 130 smackaroons. So that's why I was holding off on getting stuff. I wanted to make sure I had the funds to pay Harry pretty much straight away. But anyway, just forget about that. It's only money. It does sound like a hell of a lot to drop, and it probably is. But at least now I can remove them with ease for cleaning. If an element pops, I can replace it with ease and not have to worry about getting something sealed up again, or getting boxes sealed to the side of the pots like we have now. That can all disappear. And I'm trying to move away from like DIY styly. I'm trying to do everything properly, and that is proper. So I'm looking forward to Friday. It's going to be a blast to see Harry again. Stay tuned, because I might pop a few things up live, a few small snippets, and probably I'll do that on Instagram. I don't know. So if you're not following me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. New to homebrew. That's it, fellas. That's it from the video. So as always, don't forget to thumbs up because you want to do. Don't forget to hit the like and hit subscribe. Click it, notification, go next. Share the video, more to say. Until next time, I'm out of here.